Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news and what could be one of the most surprising and potentially game-changing moves of the NFL season. Rumors are swirling around a blockbuster trade involving Trent McDuffie, the young and talented cornerback from the Kansas City Chiefs, heading to the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this real? Could this actually happen? Well, based on reports from trusted insiders like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini, it's not just speculation. It's a real possibility that could reshape the NFC North and the Packers' championship hopes. Let's start by giving some background on what makes this rumor so intriguing. The Chiefs, currently sitting at 5-4 but struggling on defense, especially in their secondary, are reportedly open to trading McDuffie in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. This move would free up about $15 million in cap space, money that Andy Reid and the Chiefs could use to bolster their offensive line, which has allowed 20 sacks so far this season, and to extend Patrick Mahomes' contract. It's a classic case of a team making a strategic move to strengthen their core in the long run, especially considering their record and the vulnerabilities exposed on defense. Now, for the Packers, this isn't just about adding a talented corner, although McDuffie is exactly that. It's about elevating their entire secondary and shifting the defensive landscape in the NFC North. Green Bay's defense has been good but not great, allowing around 22 points per game and struggling against top-tier opponents. Adding a shutdown corner like McDuffie, who's only 24 years old and showing elite coverage skills, could be the missing piece to turn their defense into one of the league's most feared. Imagine McDuffie lining up against NFC North's top receivers, like the Vikings wideouts, and shutting them down. That's exactly the kind of impact that could elevate the Packers from a solid playoff contender to a true Super Bowl threat. What makes McDuffie such a perfect fit for Green Bay? His profile is outstanding. In 2025, he's played 9 games, recording 32 solo tackles, 15 assists, and 47 combined tackles. He's also been a playmaker, with 1 interception, which he returned for a touchdown, and a handful of pass breakups. His PFF grade hovers around 87. 5, reflecting his consistency and high-level coverage ability. His EPA per coverage is impressive, and he's allowed just over 52% completion rate when targeted. Plus, he's had minimal injury issues, missing only 1 game due to a concussion, which is promising for a player with such a high-impact potential. McDuffie's skill set is reminiscent of some of the best young shutdown corners in the league. His ability to read quarterbacks, anticipate routes, and lock down receivers in man-to-man coverage is elite. In fact, his potential is often compared to Jalen Ramsey, with projections suggesting he could rack up around 4 interceptions if he stays healthy. His presence would give the Packers a true lockdown corner who can shadow the opponent's best receiver, forcing opposing QBs to look elsewhere or throw into tight coverage, which often results in turnovers or incompletions. What's driving this potential trade? For the Chiefs, cap space is a big factor. They're looking to free up around $15 million to address their offensive line issues and extend Mahomes. With a record of 5-4 and a run defense that's been average at best, allowing over 120 rushing yards per game, they're prioritizing their offensive line and overall team balance. Trading McDuffie, who is only 24 and still on his rookie deal, makes a lot of sense for them to maximize value before his price increases or before they need to lock him into a big extension. For the Packers, the motivation is clear. With around $12 million in cap space available, they're cautious about their cornerback situation, especially after injuries have hit their secondary hard. Their PFF grade for the cornerback core sits around 78.0, which is decent but not elite, and adding a player like McDuffie would immediately boost their coverage grade significantly, potentially from an 80.0 to an 88.0, according to some projections. This upgrade would drastically reduce big plays allowed, which has been an Achilles heel for Green Bay, particularly against explosive offenses. The addition of McDuffie could cut down big passing plays by roughly 18%, making the secondary much more formidable. Imagine the impact this could have on the Packers' defense. McDuffie's presence would not only improve coverage, but also create opportunities for turnovers. His ability to read quarterbacks, he's projected to generate around a 12% forced incompletion rate, means more interceptions and more opportunities for Green Bay's offense to capitalize. His style of play is comparable to some of the league's best shutdown corners, and his addition would give defensive coordinator Joe Barry a versatile weapon to mix and match, especially in critical third-down situations. Let's not forget, the Packers have been building towards something special this season. With a balanced attack led by Jordan Love, who's been developing nicely, and a solid running game, they're poised to make a deep playoff run. Adding a player like McDuffie could be the final piece that pushes their defense from good to great. It's about creating a shutdown unit that can pressure QBs, reduce yardage after the catch, and turn the tide in close games. With McDuffie anchoring the secondary, the Packers could dominate NFC North rivalries, especially against the Vikings, where their receivers have struggled to get open consistently. A defense that allows just 3 touchdowns to Vikings receivers this season, for example, could see that number drop even further with McDuffie in the mix. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could have a ripple effect across the league. The Packers, with a more elite secondary, could significantly boost their chances in the postseason. Projections show that with McDuffie, Green Bay's odds of winning the NFC and reaching Super Bowl LXI could jump from plus 1,500 to plus 800, according to FanDuel odds. That's nearly doubling their chances, and it's not just about the stats. It's about the confidence and the mindset of a team that's starting to believe it can contend for a title. Their secondary, when fully healthy and complemented by McDuffie's shutdown ability, could be the X-factor in tight playoff games, especially against high-powered offenses like the 49ers or the Eagles. This potential trade also signals a shift in the division dynamics. The Vikings, who rely heavily on their passing game, might find themselves struggling even more to get open against a retooled Packers secondary. With the addition of McDuffie, Green Bay could become the team to beat in the NFC North, especially if their pass rush continues to improve and their offense maintains its steady growth. The NFC North has historically been a competitive division, but with the Packers making bold moves like this, they're positioning themselves as a team that's not just trying to compete but to dominate. Of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening. The Chiefs are in a tough spot, needing to make strategic decisions about their roster and cap space. The Packers, on the other hand, have the cap room and the draft capital to make this a reality. It's a classic NFL chess move, and if it comes to fruition, it could be remembered as one of the most impactful trades of the season, one that could define the Packers' season and possibly their future for years to come. So as fans, we should keep a close eye on this story. It's not every day that a young, elite corner like McDuffie becomes available, and the Packers have a history of making bold moves that pay off in the postseason. Imagine the excitement of seeing McDuffie in green and gold, locking down the top receivers in the league, and helping our team push toward Lombardi Trophy glory once more. The NFC North might look very different in the coming weeks, and the Green Bay Packers could be at the center of that change. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think McDuffie would be the perfect piece to complete our defense and push us to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Whether it's rumors, game analysis, or deep dives into player performances, I'll be here to keep you in the know. So keep the passion alive, and let's hope this move becomes a reality. Because if it does, the NFC North and the entire league better watch out. The Green Bay Packers are gearing up for a serious run. And with a little luck and some bold moves, that Lombardi Trophy could be back in Green Bay sooner than we think.